After only 72 hours of sitting in jail, Lil Durk is already making moves for a soon release on bond. As Durk's lawyers made a push to question the feds, what do you have against Lil Durk? As it was announced by a lawyer, Kodak Black's attorney Bradford Cohen says Lil Durk has a chance to beat the King Von in Quando Rondo revenge case. Unless OTF testifies against him, he says, I'm hesitant to say they have a slam dunk case on Durk Banks. I think they have a long way to go to prove the conspiracy against him.
When it comes to Durk Banks, you know, so far I've seen one text that says, don't have them associate my name with any kind of flights that they're taking. Certainly that's not a good text, but is that the only text? Because that doesn't, you know, that in itself doesn't stand on its own. Certainly it's circumstantial. But like I said, we have to wait and see what other evidence they have. If they have a snitch, if they have videotapes or audio tapes of him saying something, I think that's a lot different than, hey, just make sure you don't associate my name with these guys. Because it could be, he could be blaming, you know, Grant or one of these other guys and saying like, hey, these guys are going to do some crazy stuff. And he's like, hey, listen, make sure it doesn't associate with me at all. You can look at that a million different ways. So I'm hesitant to say that they have, you know, a slam dunk case on Durk Banks.
As it stands right now, the evidence against Lil Durk is pretty small. However, we do not fully know all the info OTF Jam gave on Lil Durk, but this famous lawyer would then reveal what Durk's release date could be, depending on if someone snitches on him or not.
So it all depends on the hunger of the U.S. attorney and the AUSA that's involved. And if they want this individual badly enough, they'll make very attractive deals for these individuals. What does a very attractive deal look like? I think they go for the lowest hanging fruit. Whoever, you know, didn't actually kill the guy, you know, maybe someone that was involved that didn't actually, or someone that shot, but it didn't hit, you know, they're going to have forensics. Yeah. So they'll take whoever is the least culpable, and I think that they'll approach him and make a deal with him that'll be the most attractive. And if that guy doesn't make a deal, they'll move on to the next guy. So usually that's what happens, right? You go for the lowest hanging fruit first, the guy that you think will flip, the guy that didn't really have that much involvement. And I think what also is interesting with the indictment is it wasn't just money. They're like, oh, it could have been money or it could have been career advancement.
Which is incredible news for Lil Durk. However, after further investigation, it seems OTF members and Lil Durk fans found multiple Instagram lives where Jam was wearing a wire. These are years apart, meaning he has been working with the feds for years. As Jam is seen holding the top of his jacket, whispering in it, and looking if everything is connected.
Hey, kid. I ain't gonna lie, my whole dream changed. I ain't gonna lie, like back in the day. Oh, my. Oh, dang. Like back in the day. Look, he took out.
Check on your man, I heard you got his head.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I was having a dare.
Architect.
Having who? I'm having a dare. School's out of town.
All that woofing on the net, it got your man.
Metro! Metro!
This made Lil Durk extremely upset, and just a month before his arrest, he would go on to do an interview revealing he knew what Jam was up to, but it was too late. It was announced Lil Durk has been playing 3D chess this entire time. He knew OTF Jam was gonna cooperate.
I see shit from a mile away. I don't think people realize that. I could have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your is gonna cooperate.
Durk continued talking about how he always kept things a secret. He wouldn't even tell his closest friends where he was living at, and never told anyone what he was up to. As it looks like Durk knew this was coming.
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be our best friend never been in my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
I promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids, cause it's like I'm just a different type. I'm not the. We can have family night at Durk house tonight. It's the.
Everybody at Durk's crib.
Yeah, we gotta. Everybody getting watched. We gotta watch everybody. Hey, you go too. Hey, they go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play.
Unfortunately, Durk found out about Jam being an informant too late. He knew from those conversations Jam was in on that he would have collected too much evidence at that point, because we only just found out they'd been looking into Durk for over a year, as DJ Academic shared this.
It's from a group of journalists. Actually, I'll give up the source of it. Well, not really the person, but an Atlanta-based journalist said, "Hey, Ack, this is going to happen soon." And I said, "What?" And you know I get my sources and I get news told to me. They said, "I've been told that the feds have been looking into Lil Durk." But I remember, this is before the O Block 6 thing happened. Or actually maybe it was, I can't remember the timing. But I remember thinking after the O Block 6 or 5 like got convicted, I'm like, all right, Durk's finally in the clear. That's what I thought. But the person who was telling me, they say they had good authority that was coming from investigative bodies that was involved in looking into this.
Academics could have told Lil Durk that the feds were looking into him, but sadly he didn't. Once the feds had gathered enough information to arrest the suspects involved in the Lul Pab hit and connect Lil Durk to being the one that ordered it, the arrests happened fast, because it had been reported 5 suspects were taken into custody for the Lil Pab case, and once Durk heard the news, he tried fleeing the country. As reports released sharing, Lil Durk attempted to trick the feds when he found out his associates got arrested. Durk booked 3 different flights, one each to Italy, Dubai, and Switzerland. The only issue is the feds had wires and taps on him. They also have him sending warnings to others who may testify against him. Because according to police files, Lil Durk was in Fort Lauderdale, Florida at the time, and once he heard his men were arrested, he booked the 3 flights in an attempt to throw off authorities trying to track him down. But he'd fail at doing so, because once he headed to Miami airport to board the flight for Italy, he was taken in by US Marshals. As news broke of Lil Durk's arrest and his mugshot was released, we'd hear from that it was OTF member Jam that was responsible for giving the feds all the evidence they needed to take him in, because Jam was a trusted member of OTF after having served 12 years behind bars. He did his time and was the last person you'd expect to be cooperating with law enforcement, except one crucial thing that the rest of OTF never found out about was that he was caught by law enforcement again, only a couple months after being released from jail in 2022. It turns out he was found with a firearm on him, and as a convicted felon, he would have been serving another long sentence for the crime. Jam knew he couldn't go back on the inside after only just getting out after 12 years, so he'd sign the deal and begin informing on Lil Durk. But Lil Durk wasn't just his boss or affiliate in OTF. He was the only guy that looked out for Jam when he got out, because he not only made sure he had security inside a prison, but he was gifted a crib, car, and $50,000 in cash by Durk.
Yeah, because you just came home not too long ago, like when you come home.
So I've been home a little bit over a year.
Yeah, okay.
A little bit over a year.
Yeah.
12 years flat.
12 years?
Like 12 years. Did my time. Ain't told on nobody.
Right.
Ain't no on my name.
Like, how did you even get linked in with just OTF period?
Man, get linked in. Sorry, get linked in. When you grew up together, this ain't no people I met. Nah, I knew them. Like I'm saying, this was before jail. I know.
Yeah, because he's super solid, bro. You know what I'm saying? He said, Jam get out that jam or give him 50. He ain't got to ask again, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got to ask. He said he gave you 50, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Which is what led into Lil Baby's reaction on the situation, saying, "This can't be true, man. Free the boy, Durk. These streets are evil. Y'all own brother will turn his back on you." Although Charleston White was happy about him snitching and getting Durk locked up, going so far as to say this is a victory for the rap community.
This is a real victory. Now that demonic force, because it is a demonic force, it was a dark force. It was a dark energy that came down from Chicago and spread throughout America. I think we now finally get to put that fire out. I don't think we'll hear drill music ever again. I don't think drill rappers would ever be celebrated ever again. Down goes the drill. Down goes the drill. 12th round knockout, because it looked like they had got away and they get to ride off into the sunset. So this is a victory for law-abiding Americans who like hip-hop music but don't like the killing part of it.
With the help of Jam, they got enough criminating evidence to begin lawfully spying on Lil Durk. They began wiretapping all of his communications and his associates' communications, making sure they had him for good. Throughout their investigations, they'd catch iCloud records that connects Lil Durk and OTF's credit card directly to the purchase of the flight tickets that were used to take out Lil Pab. With reports sharing, federal investigators obtained iCloud records of Lil Durk advising an associate in his hit plot saying, "Don't book no flights under no name names involved with me. Regardless of the warning, the associate booked the flights using a credit card linked directly to Lil Durk. As if that wasn't evidence enough, the feds would do a deep dive on the internet to somehow connect Lil Durk to knowing the men that did the crime, as they'd find an old video of King Von shopping with 3 of the 5 suspects, Didi, Vonnie, and Boogie.
It's solitary.
We just looked at him.
Let's go over there. What up, bro? Boss, you good? My boy. Let's go.
They got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money man just stepped in.
With these 3 being friends with King Von in the past, they'd have the same motivation as Durk did, to get revenge for Von, and through their connection of King Von, must have got in contact for the hit, as we'd see fellow rapper Brick Baby piece it together before Durk was arrested, because he appeared on an interview and said, "You can't say Durk never slid for King Von anymore, because they got Lil Pab." And with Brick Baby completely right about that case, he'd react to his interview just after official reports of Durk being arrested were released.
This is just it. 5 Chicago gang members with ties to Lil Durk, OTF, accused of being hired to alive Quando Rondo in the LA incidents where Lul Pab was unalive. Suspects face the penalty if convicted. He said indictment alleged that flights and rental cars were paid with credit cards linked to OTF.
But was this an attempted hit or
Well,
they
can't say that no more.
Then they put you as
why? Oh yeah, because of
your face.
Wait, no, like he died.
You can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FBG Cash? Oh, who?
Federal charges in California.
Nah, because Lil Pab.
So this is about the.
Oh. What's that?
But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say that no more.
We'd even see rap interviewer DJ Vlad speak on the situation. In multiple interviews, I've said that nobody would get on a plane to get someone. I said this because there would be so much evidence that they're guaranteeing prison. Well, today I was proven wrong. Lil Durk was dumb enough to send 5 guys on a plane to get Quando Rondo. They ended up getting the wrong person, and now all 6 of them are facing life in prison, or even the penalty. However, Charleston White had more to share on Durk because when Charleston was arrested in the past, people laughed at him. But when Durk got arrested, people showed love. And Charleston says it's only because he's their favorite rapper.
Ain't nobody laughing at Durk like they were laughing at me when I went to jail. Lord have mercy. So ain't nobody laughing at Durk. Now it ain't funny. Now your favorite rapper go to jail and look like he got a no bond like me. That boy got a federal no bond. I bet that holding closed up. He got a burp to pass gas. I bet he going to PC. Them California niggas try to extort it. One thing we know about California, the and bloods rule. GD, BD, on phone them, they ain't got no say-so nowhere. But when they write a letter to somebody.
However, rapper Hypno Carlito showed his support saying, "Pray for my brother, he coming home for sure. Free smirk till it's backward." But with the Lil Durk case getting serious, the support for him slowed down because the details of the hit on Lil Pab and all the history between Quando Rondo and OTF is disturbing because once King Von was caught lacking down in Atlanta to Quando Rondo and Lil Tim, the beef between them escalated to an extreme. Quando would end up releasing a song titled Soul Reaper not long after the King Von incident. As he rapped the lyrics, "Man ran up on me, then we sprayed him. I'm talking lights out. We do the dash in that Durango, jumped out with that pipe out, so tell him to pipe down." Usually Durk would just respond back with a diss track. Instead, Durk went silent, and sometime later we'd hear about the passing of Quando's best friend Lil Pab at a gas station.
Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles and cameras captured the aftermath.
After news broke about Lil Pab's passing, Durk then released the diss song titled Aha, where he raps, "They like Durk, he a singer, he won't do something. You can believe whatever you want, I got your folks hit." But Quando hit back with another song, further dissing King Von and even his sister, saying, "My favorite op gone, his sister talked too much, no I don't like her, lol Timmy, rolled her brother up, got stepped on in some Nike kicks." But Durk ended the dissing when he brought up Quando's reaction to Lil Pab passing that was recorded at the scene. Because Durk rapped, "Look on the news and see your son screaming, no, no."
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.